Good morning dear students. In the previous class, I have solved some problems on the projectile motion concept, that is also on the maximum height, range of the projectile and also on the time of flight. Okay, here the range of the projectile expression is what? R is equal to V naught square sin 2 theta upon G. Okay, it's the expression of the range of the projectile. Okay, the range of the projectile is maximum if we'll get theta is equal to 45 degree. Okay, the range of the projectile will be maximum if theta equal to 45 degree. Nothing but sin 2 theta value will be equal to 1. So here R will be equal to V naught square upon G. Okay, it's the expression of the maximum range of the projectile. Okay, the next concept is regarding the uniform circular motion. Okay, circular motion, any object travels or move in the circular path is nothing but circular motion. Here the term is uniform circular motion. Okay, a particle travels in a or moves in a circular path. If any object travels in a circular path with a constant speed, such type of motion is called as what? Uniform circular motion. The motion of the particle along the circular path with a constant speed is called as what? Uniform circular motion. Okay, here the speed of a object is constant but its velocity keeps on changing. Velocity changes. Okay, according to the definition of the velocity, if we draw a tangent from a particular point along the direction of the motion of the particle or an object, what we will get? We will get the direction for the velocity. Okay, so velocity keeps on changing but the magnitude of velocity remains constant. If velocity changes, the acceleration concept arises. The body moving or an object moving along a circular path by changing with a constant speed, here the velocity keeps on changes, nothing but direction of the particle in a circular path keeps on changing. So body will be accelerated. So acceleration which acted along acted on the object when a body is in the uniform circular motion, such type of acceleration is called as centripetal acceleration. Centripetal acceleration. Okay, so I'll write the definition. When a particle is having uniform circular motion, the acceleration of the particle, which is acting along the radius towards the center of the circular path is called as what? Centripetal acceleration. Okay, if an object is in the uniform circular motion, the acceleration of the particle will be always directed towards the center of the circular path. Okay, such type of acceleration is called as what? Centripetal acceleration. Let us find out the magnitude and direction of the centripetal acceleration. For the exam point of view, it's a 5 marks important derivation. Okay, let's derive the expression. That is, let's find the magnitude and direction of the centripetal acceleration. That is, expression for centripetal acceleration. Okay, for that consider a small portion of a circular path. Okay, complete circle beda one small portion idre sab. Okay, let C be the center of that circular path. Let P be the initial position. After certain time it reaches the position say P dash. So again ಮಾಡಬೇಕು position vector ಅನ್ನು draw ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. T ಮತ್ತೆ P dash again ಮಾಡಬೇಕು position vector ಅನ್ನು draw ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. How to draw the position vector? If you consider a straight line segment from the origin of the coordinate system ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ ಹೌದಾ? So origin is nothing but in the circle it will be the center. So draw straight line segment from the origin, nothing but center of the circle, and ending with an arrow mark. So here position vector, let it be R and R dash. Since it is a circle, the magnitude of the position vector will be nothing but the radius of that circular path. Okay, so here magnitude of position vector will be what? Radius, nothing but it will be the radius of the circle or radius of the circular path. Okay, notation R. So in notation ಏನಂತ choose ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ? Capital R. Okay, next here velocity concept arises. According to definition, how to take the velocity? If we draw a tangent from a particular point P ಗೆ ಮತ್ತೆ P dash ಗೆ find out ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, velocity concept ಅನ್ನ apply ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. So draw a tangent from a particular point along the motion of that particle. Okay, so let be initial velocity v and this concept be this side v dash. So r dash ಗೆ velocity ಏನು? v dash ಮತ್ತೆ r ಗೆ velocity ಏನು? v. So you can see that position vector r is perpendicular to velocity v, and similarly position vector r dash is perpendicular to p dash. So here change in the position, nothing but apply the displacement concept. Okay, so displacement vector is nothing but change in the position. If we draw a straight line segment that gives you a shortest distance, draw a straight line segment from here for the final position, it ends here. Okay, let it be delta r. Okay, next according to the definition of the acceleration, here I am going to consider the magnitude of acceleration, nothing but average acceleration. Okay, limiting value or the, that is when I apply the limiting concept to the average acceleration, I can write the expression as limiting value upon delta v upon delta t when the time interval approaches to 0. Okay, so here if I draw the same diagram separately, okay, ಈ arrow mark ಇದೆ ಹೌದಾ, ಈ side ಗೆ draw ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ ಈ ತರ, this portion like this way. So ಇನಿಷಿಯಲ್ ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿ v, ಫೈನಲ್ ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿ v ಡ್ಯಾಶ್. ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲಿ? ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲೇನ್ ಡಯಾಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಅನ್ನ ಡ್ರಾ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾನೆ ಈ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ, ಅದನ್ನೇ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾನೆ, ಈ ಕಡೆ ಸಿಕ್ತು. ಅದೇ ತರ ಇಲ್ಲಿರುವಂತದ್ದು ಈ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ v ಡ್ಯಾಶ್. ಚೇಂಜ್ ಇನ್ ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿ, in once again apply the triangle law. So change in velocity direction will be towards the center of the circular path. Our body is moving in this direction. Change in velocity, the notation is delta v. So g h I. Okay, in the diagram you can say that the position vector r is perpendicular to the velocity v. Similarly, r dash is perpendicular to the v dash. Okay, and also the change in position, that displacement concept. Here the delta v bisects the triangle into two equal halves, or we can also say delta r is perpendicular to delta v. Okay, delta r is perpendicular to delta v. Let the angle with which bisects, let it be delta theta. Okay, small angle delta theta. Since three sides, that is r is perpendicular to v, r dash is perpendicular to v dash, and delta r is perpendicular to v, so the angle which exists here, that is angle of HGI, once again it will be delta theta. So here the direction of the acceleration is same as that of the direction of acceleration is same as that of the direction of change in velocity. Change in velocity. So velocity direction ಯಾವ direction ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆ ಹೇಳಿ? Change in velocity direction is towards the center. So ಇಲ್ಲೇನಿದೆ arrow mark? Center towards ಗೆ ಮೂವ್ ಆಗಿದೆ, ಹೌದಾ? So the direction of the acceleration is also towards the center of that circular path. Okay, here since the triangle CP, P dash and GHI, two triangles are similar, so consider the ratio of the base length to that of the one of the side length will be equal to the base length to that of the one of the side length of both the triangles. Okay, if I consider this triangle, base just a magnitude value delta r upon any one of the position, okay, position vector will be equal to delta v upon magnitude v. Okay, here as I said earlier, the magnitude of position vector will be nothing but the radius of the circular path. Okay, so I can replace this term by capital R. Next, magnitude of velocity is nothing but what? Speed. Okay, so here magnitude of velocity is nothing but speed that always remains constant. Just I will use this notation. Okay, so replace this term by v. Then rearrange the term, what you will get? Okay, if you rearrange the term, what you will get? That is delta r upon capital R will be equal to what? Delta v, that is magnitude of delta v upon, what's that? It will be nothing but v, constant speed. Okay, uniform speed value, that is nothing but magnitude of velocity. So substitute the value of delta V. So rearrange the formula in terms of delta V. What is that expression? Delta V will be equal to V upon R into delta R. So if I consider this as equation 1, equation 1 can be written as limiting value of V by R delta R when time interval approaches to 0. So here V by R, that term is constant, magnitude, that speed value constant, radius of the circular path is also constant. Take that term outside, okay, then it will be limiting value as time interval approaches to 0 when it is applied to the delta R upon delta T, okay. So when the limiting value applied to that concept, that is when the change in position tends to 0, change in position tends to 0, the velocity value approaches to 0, within no time interval also approaches to 0, our acceleration will be equal to that of the centripetal acceleration, and this term will be equal to the speed V, okay. If I remove this magnitude, then it will be a velocity. If I apply the magnitude here, it will be speed, okay, a linear speed we can also say it, okay. AC is equal to V upon R into V, since speed is nothing but limiting value when time interval approaches to 0, what you will get? Delta R upon delta T, which is V. So centripetal acceleration is what? V square upon R. So here centripetal acceleration directly depends upon the square of the speed and inversely proportional to the radius of the circular path, okay. We have obtained the magnitude value. What about the direction? So if the time interval tends to 0, this value keeps on decreasing. Whatever may be the value, our centripetal acceleration will be always directed towards the center of the circular path. When time interval has been approached to 0, our initial and final position will be only single position, say P, velocity V, okay. So the centripetal acceleration direction will be always towards the center of the circular path, okay. The centripetal acceleration direction is what? Always directed towards the center of the circular path, okay. We can also express the centripetal acceleration expression in terms of a angular speed. So here term V is in terms of linear speed. Suppose if they ask write the expression of the centripetal acceleration in terms of the which one? Angular speed. So first let's obtain the relation between the linear speed and the angular speed, okay. Linear speed and the angular speed. So a definition, according to the definition of the linear speed, it's the ratio of change in displacement to that of the time interval delta t. Okay, that is v is equal to delta s upon delta t. Okay, next how we can define the term angular speed? Angular speed is nothing but delta omega, which will be equal to angular displacement to that of the time interval. Okay, so in the circular path which I have just drawn, so this value gives you what? The linear displacement. Delta r nothing but I have taken it as delta s. Okay, the angular displacement is what? Delta theta. Okay, this linear displacement, this is angular displacement. We know the relation between the linear speed and angular speed, that is s is equal to r theta, nothing but delta s, small change in displacement, will be equal to r into delta theta. What is r here? I will replace the small r by capital R, which is nothing but the radius of the circular path. Okay, substitute the value. What is delta s here? Nothing but v into delta t. Nothing. Next r. What is delta theta? That is omega into delta t. Okay, v is equal to r omega. What's the relation between the linear speed and angular speed, or linear velocity and angular velocity? That is v is equal to r omega. This may also ask for 3 marks. Okay, what's the relation between the linear speed and the angular speed, or derive the relation between the linear speed and the angular speed? What's that? v is equal to r omega. So make here correction, not delta omega, simply omega, which is nothing but the angular speed value. So centripetal acceleration value is what? v square by r. Substitute the value of v here, so what you will get? That is r omega whole square divided by r. That is centripetal acceleration value is r omega square. Okay, so the expression of the centripetal acceleration in terms of angular speed is what's that? That is AC is equal to r omega square. Okay, this much concept is regarding the uniform circular motion. Okay, so in the next class I will complete this topic. Okay, thank you.